Before I start, I would want to say a prayer for our ancestors, because I think this is the basis from which our fights come out. Our great African parents who are among us, we humbly offer our thanks for the many blessings you've given us. We extend our love to its ultimate state of being, for the sufferings that you have endured, so that we may not suffer so. Mothers of our great African continent, fathers of our nations, Africans, we invoke you to further lead and guide us to a higher understanding of our true greatness and a more encompassing dedication of love for our African people. Parents of all African children, guide us towards a greater unity. Guide us in a stronger African value system and lead us into the zenith of respect and love for our people through education and the family communal structure. We swear upon the heritage and legacy that you have left us to uphold and sustain our rightful status on this earth and to continue the struggle for the total mental and physical liberation of all African people. Fellow Africans, fellow black brothers and sisters, I'm talking to you now directly. We've had a match with everybody. I believe in one race, but I also believe that if a particular community in this race is attacked, this community has to rise up to defend itself. African brothers and sisters, raise your hands up. We have one president. I don't want us to relate to this president, but I want us to relate to what his name means. His father was a warrior. Uhuru.
Uhuru.
Uhuru means freedom. And I want every African brother and sister to shout Uhuru. Uhuru!
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 Thank you. But in shouting for Uhuru, we have to be prepared for Uhuru. Uhuru doesn't just come. We have to fight for it. Like one of our ancestors said, a problem that we have is not that we are being seen as human beings of second class, that we are being seen as animals. The problem that we have also is not that we don't know wars exist. One of the greatest problems that we have is that we ourselves don't know that the war is focused on us. That's why we are losing battles upon battles, because we don't even know we are at war. African brothers and sisters, I want to say it again, we are at war.
Yeah, man.
There is one thing that we should learn from history, otherwise history makes no sense. We should learn from history how we deal with ourselves today. We are talking about slavery. We are talking about colonialism. We still have them today. Our brothers and sisters, or let me put it the other way. A brother told me when I said we should take the fight back to Africa. He said, look, brother, you're right. The problem with us also is, before we're being chased, kidnapped, taken into chains, put into ships, through the Middle Passage, and brought to Europe and the Americas. But today, if you open these very ships, we are going to run inside, to be taken to be enslaved. This is what is happening today. There are some words that I'm going to say that are not going to be okay in everyone's ear. I think what we are doing today is great and should be applauded. But I also think we should not lose focus. We have a lot of places within our very beautiful continent, Africa, that are dilapidating. That should be our monuments and our memorial places. We should think about that. They say charity begins at home. Definitely, I believe, and it is clear that we have to build monuments everywhere in the world. The black man, the black woman, the black child has built the whole world. We should build monuments for every black man, woman, and child gone before us. This should be our fight. But we should strengthen our monuments in Africa so that when our children get up, when the next generations are coming, they will know that there are some people who fought for them. They will know that there are people who gave up their lives, who gave up everything they had to make sure that we can stand here in Europe, in Africa, and everywhere in the world to talk about their history. Brothers and sisters, I don't want to take us too long. There is something that our sister talked about before Brother Senfo. She talked about collective trauma and collective healing. I want to go a little step further to talk about collective restoration, collective reparation. Definitely, every black man, woman, and child should ask for reparations. In this reparation, I would put it an external reparation. But brothers and sisters, we black man, woman, and child should also be talking about internal reparations. And for this, I will quote one of our ancestors, Kwame Ture. He said something which is ringing in my head all the time. There are many others who said also, but his was something that made me feel okay. I should build what I love, not bash what I hate. I should build the black community. He said, if the white man wants to lynch me, that is his problem. If the white man succeeds in lynching me, that is my problem. That racism has to do with power. We black people have to regain our power. We were powerful. We can still be powerful, but we are not united in this power. I, for one, don't want to beg the white man to create memorials. I want to build my memorials. I don't want a big solution. I want to bake my solution. Brothers and sisters, our older brother Franz Fanon said, colonialism was a violent process. So is decolonialization. We don't beg for our freedom. We should fight for our freedom, brothers and sisters. We cannot fight for our freedom when we are divided. We can only fight for our freedom when we break down the colonial borders, when we break down slavery, when we fight for every man and woman and child who is black African. Brothers and sisters, this fight will not be won until we come together. Brothers and sisters, it's a shame that we are standing on the streets and washing our pants. Definitely we should be sitting in our rooms and organizing strategies to take back our freedom. It will never be given to us. It doesn't come on the platter of gold. It's not a ride on the pack. It is a fight. And until we recognize, realize, and strategize, organize, brothers and sisters, we'll never win this fight. One last thing that I want to say, brothers and sisters, I think it's one of the most important things for us Africans. I said it like 5 years ago, but this will be my last words. We have been cursed not because we are not strong, not because we are weak. We have spirituality in Africa. And one of these spiritualities are, we bury our dead. We respect our dead. We memorize, we celebrate our dead. But brothers and sisters, all over the world, not only here, but we're talking about Berlin because we are here today. We are here where the institutions are. We are here where the monuments are. We have thousands of skeletons of our forefathers and mothers here. Their spirits are still roaming Is that not a curse? Until we bring back all these skeletons, until we lay our ancestors and ancestresses to rest, the fight is still long. We have to come back to our spirituality. We have to fight and take back our skeletons. We have to bury our skeletons. We have to be strong spiritually. We have to leave everything that we want for ourselves and collect everything that we want for the community. And in doing that, marching is not enough. In doing that, organizing is the basis and the beginning of our victory. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters.
Thank you very much, Brother Mbolo, for the strong work. Last thing here is clear. We have to work together. We have to work together. That's why we are very strong, but we don't know that we are very strong.